Time for the city bus tour.
Sinking into the ground since construction. You see the statue of Prince Albert halfway up the clock, and he's dressed wearing the robes of the border. The clock has also got 4 o'clock bases, none of which tell the right time. Pretty handy in 11 prices. And this is a little pub that my little friend Murphy drinks in. One day, Murphy went in here for a drink, and he went missing, and he never came home. And after about 4 years, his wife thought she better report him missing. So she went down to the local police station, and she said to the police officer, "I would like to report my husband missing." And he
With a view up, I would say you did the present quite a bit, as your school looked rather thick to me. Don't worry, I am going to insult each and every one of you before you get off this bus.
look down to your left-hand side, and you'll see the footbridge that takes you over the River Lagan. Do come down at night time when all the lights from underneath the footbridge shine right across to the Queen Elizabeth Bridge. It's a little bit like Paris at night time. Yeah, right, if you close your eyes. And I want you to look out directly in front of us, and we're going to see the Odyssey Arena. Inside here, we have the W5, her Walk War Brand Walk. Back here at Belfast, we quite recently just spent £9 million having it completely restored, and if you have any interest in the Titanic whatsoever, that little ship to your left, the SS Dramatic, is a must visit while you're here in the city. Directly in front of us, the large silver building, that is the Titanic Visitor Centre. I recommend a minimum of 1.5 to 2 hours on saying that you could easily spend the whole day inside the Titanic Visitor Centre. We will be stopping outside it in just a few minutes. Directly in front of us, the red brick building, that is now the Titanic Hotel, but at one time that used to be the drawing office of Holland and Wolff. It's inside this building.
Navy cadets. Once they finish their training, they then go off to join the rest of the British Royal Navy. Now as we make our turn, you can't help but notice the 2 big large yellow cranes, Samson and Goliath. They scramble for war and for one time for last champion, these big whistle, and you see the apartment days for absolutely everything. Starting 55 inch, last TV, top VH, 5 hours, top never 96, from one of those American face beaters, but there's something over the washing machine. And then I'll get a photo for the washing machine. For 6 hours the other day, every team, I'll say 5%.
Normal. That's what they did one Sunday morning, packed it full of explosives. Everybody in Belfast came down to watch it as if we hadn't seen enough bombs going off here. And now I want you to look out to the front right-hand side. You can see the large white building. That is your High Courts here in Belfast. The wall that we can see that goes around the outside of the building, that was added back in 1972, often considered the worst year of the Troubles. And that wall will reflect that. It is a blast-proof wall, and it is 4 feet thick of reinforced steel and concrete. What's going to happen to the courthouse now that is market, open every Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And in St. George's Market, you can get anything from a safety pin to a ship's anchor. Live music, great food in here as well. So if you're here over the weekend, St. George's Market is a must visit while you're here in the city. Now we're going to see coming up here on your right hand side, we're going to see the City Hall. First open its doors has got the names of 22 local people on the side of the statue. One of those being Thomas Andrews, the designer of the Titanic. And the City Hall is simply known to us locals as the Stone Titanic. That's the City Hall. immediately to your right hand side. The next large building on the right hand side, just past the City Hall, that is now the headquarters of Danske Bank. But at one time, that used to be the headquarters of the Northern Bank. And you might be able to remember 10 years ago, there was a little bank. We're having a look at a bank here tonight behind the City Hall, and hopefully tomorrow morning we'll be making our way out towards the Bahamas. But whatever you do, don't be telling the police you knew it was us. Give us a wee head start to let us get away. And if anybody would like a souvenir from your life, and it's my favourite building in Belfast. Sir Charles Lanyon, again the architect, over by Queen Victoria on her one and only visit to Belfast, where she came here back in 1849. The university has got 25,000 students attending the university, with some 3,000 foreign students attending the university as well. Queen's University has got 5 Nobel Prize Peace winners, one of those of course being the poet Seamus Heaney. You can of course walk in through the front gates, walk past the War Memorial, walk in through the front door, turn left, and that will bring you into the Norton Art Gallery. It has been voted one of the best art galleries anywhere in the whole of Europe. I was in it a few days ago, and I've been in some art museum. This is your stop coming up.
We missed the first stop. But he didn't say get off.
That's Queen's University, just immediately to your left.
Sabi ko dyan
So we're just going to stop here. If anyone would like to get off for Queen's University, the Botanical Gardens, or the Ulster Museum, this is your stop. Bringing them home, that's coming home. I right dead on when you guys are going to take home here as a fish supper. And if you look across to your left hand side, there you will see the floodlights and the stands of Windsor Park, home to the Northern Ireland football team. We're not Brazil, we're Northern Ireland. We're not Brazil, we're Northern Ireland. We're not Brazil, we're Northern Ireland. But it's all the same to me. 1-0, oops, very sorry. I've got the microphone was still switched on. Now you can see all the flags here on the lamppost. You can see the flag of the United Kingdom, the British Union flag. You can also see the flag of Northern Ireland, which is made up of a red St. George's cross, a 6-pointed star for the 6 counties of Northern Ireland. In the middle of the star, you'll see the red hand of Ulster, and above the star, you will see the British crown. And the flag is made up of a white background. Into West Belfast. We're not going to take you over, but as you see, all the girls on the Falls Road. And some of the girls are going to show you this morning. Some of you might not want to look at it. Some of the time you take a story, some people look at it. And I can't get it. We don't look at it because it directly has to be on the bank, and I can't get it. And some of the girls he was a solicitor, and he represented many of the Irish Republicans at their court cases during the Troubles. He was then shot dead by the loyalist paramilitary organization, the UFF, the Ulster Freedom Fighters. He was shot dead in front of his wife and his family while having his evening dinner. He was shot 21 times. That's his view to the left-hand side. Now, Papa Newcomb was shot dead back in 1989. Way to see coming up on your left-hand side, way to see your beautiful the Easter Rising of Dublin of 1916. Just look to your left-hand side, now you'll see the beautiful the Easter Rising of Dublin of 1916. As I said, you can see the GPO, the General Post Office in O'Connell Street in Dublin. You can see it's on fire, and you can see the phoenix rising up out of the ashes of the walls of failed rebellion. Now we're just going to take you on down the Falls Road to let you see the Fuhrer's board, the 10 men that died on hunger strike in the Maze prison back in 1981. And if you want to see the Fuhrer's board, Bobby Sands, you're going to have to turn right round, look back over your left hand shoulder, and there you will see the beautiful Bobby Sands. He was the first hunger striker to die. He was 27 years of age. He was 66 days. The peace gates in front of us, they're now just leaving the heartland of the Falls Road, and through the next set of gates, they're now coming into the heartland of the Shankill Road. The 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, we're now going to take you over to let you see the peace wall that divides the two communities. Yourselves, all over the world, who have come up here to leave a message of peace for both sides of our communities. Now you might think to yourself that it's not safe to get off here where we are between the Shankill Road and the Falls Road. It is perfectly safe. Nobody's been attacked with a police war for weeks now. I'm only joking, of course. AK-47 assault rifles, they went on to become the deadliest loyalist paramilitary organization throughout the history of our Troubles. Then coming up on your left-hand side, you're going to see a shop called the Court Credit Union. This used to be Mazelle's Fish Shop, 1:05 Saturday afternoon, 23rd of October 1993. 9 innocent people lost their lives in the Shankill Road bomb. If you look immediately to your left at the front of the shop, you'll see a little red cross, and beside it you'll see the little grey plaque to remember the 9 people who lost their lives. Hundreds of people very seriously wounded. The week that then followed the Shankill Road bomb was without any question one of the worst weeks in the history of the Troubles of Northern Ireland, when 20 innocent Catholics were shot dead across Northern Ireland in revenge for the Shankill Road bomb. To your right hand side is the Ulster Tower to remember the men from the 36th Ulster Division that lost their lives in the Battle of the Somme, the 1st of July 1916. Who was crowned king of the United Kingdom just 16 weeks ago. Then coming up on your right hand side is a garden of remembrance to remember the 5 people who lost their lives when the Piarlo Guard was blown up by the provisional IRA on the 13th of August 1975. You'll see the photographs of the 5 people who lost their lives on the archway just immediately to your
I'm
right.
gonna go downstairs and see stuff. I'm too hot.
Also on your right hand side are photographs of more atrocities. The one I find most disturbing, some of you might not want to look at this one, is the one in the middle of the Balmoral showrooms, bombed on the 11th of December 1971. 2 adults and 2 babies were killed. If you do decide to look at it, look very closely and you'll see the ambulance driver is carrying one. Right hand side. And on top of the building we're going to see a statue of a man on his horse. This man is Prince William of Orange, who defeated his father-in-law, the Catholic King James II, at the Battle of the Boyne back in 1690. You'll see the statue coming up here on top of the building, coming up on your right hand side. Now Prince William of Orange, of course, he was a Dutchman, and when he came over here in 1690 with his armies, he also brought with him 2 of his top generals. He went off to London, and James went off to France, and left the whole couples behind them without a backward glance. And the poor abandoned Irish said goodbye to King and Prince, and they went on with the fighting, and we've been at it ever since. Silly little things like this you're going to have to listen to throughout the rest of your tour. And that will bring us towards the end of our tour. I'd like to thank you very much for choosing Belfast for your destination. I do hope that you enjoyed your little trip with us around the city today.
And
So yun guys, kain muna kami.
we're done with the
Apo na
city
ako.
sightseeing. So mamaya, sasakay ulit kami para kung makakapag-Titanic. Pero for the meantime,
It's have a lunch.
lunch muna kami. Puntahan namin yung Filipino na restaurant.
We'll
Yeah.
try this.
Yes.